Now that one's really full of pollen. The different colors that they have. You know, some of it's orange, some of it's dark brown, light brown, yellow. Sometimes there's even blue and purple in there, depending on what flowers they're getting it from.
Holy buckets.
I just stung my thumb a little bit. And this is what I want to see down here is all this cap brood with the gray or the brown covering on it.
Yeah.
Because that's all baby bees under there.
Oh, really?
And then you see, like that one there's got pollen on its legs. The ones with yellow on their legs, that's pollen that they're bringing in. And if your queen's laying really good, it'll all be solid capped like this, kind of the whole thing. When it gets spotty and empty cells, then sometimes that can mean that the queen isn't doing quite as well as she should be. And here, if you look, get the sun just right in this spot right in there.
Yeah.
You can see real close. It looks like a little white grub down in there.
Yeah.
That's the larva.
Good.
And here's a bunch more over here. So she's laid eggs in there. The eggs have hatched and turns to larva, and then I say 9 days, then they'll cap that cell. So they're getting filled up.
So do they move the eggs when she lays
No.
them, or does she crawl to each little spot?
She goes to each cell.
Hmm.
Her antennas will measure the cell to see if it's big enough for it. The drone cells will be bigger for the males, so she controls if she lays a fertilized egg in there to make a worker bee, or an unfertilized egg to make a drone. And some of those you can see that the larva's older. Now these up at the top, these up here look more like bullets. Those are drone cells, so those are larger. So those will be male bees hatching out from those. And this is what I want to see, that cap brood up in that upper box too. Yep. Then you can tell that she's laying, and once there's resources for the bees to gather from, the more bees that you can have out there getting stuff, the better. Now this is a drone frame, this green one.
Yeah,
The cells are made bigger.
yeah, they really are.
So they've drawn that much wax out since I put this in here.
That's cool.
So they'll have to make more wax to fill this out, and then the queen will lay drones in there, which I'm hoping to graft some eggs out of there to make queens. So you need a lot of drones to mate with the queens if you have them. So, and that's another deal with the mite prevention, because the mites will go in with the drone. I said 21 days for a bee to hatch out. If it's going to be a queen, it takes 16 days. And if it's a male drone, the drones take longer, and they're in there for 26 days. So these mites who like to have more time to reproduce and stuff will go to the bigger drone frames, because they know that it's going to
Yeah.
be in there longer,
And give them more chance to do
Right.
their...
So the thing is, if I get this full of drone brood that might have mites in it, I can take this whole thing, put it in the freezer, and kill them all off. Take care of mites that might be crawling out otherwise. And you lose some drones too, but they aren't as important to have as good healthy workers.